ambulance, please.
Sure, what state and town is the emergency in?
Kununurra, Western Australia.
G'day guys, Ronnie Dale, Four Wheeling Australia. So that is what happened to Harry last time in the Kimberley. And we finished off that series, but we never explained exactly what happened to Harry and how the whole ordeal went with him getting to hospital in the boat. And how did he get home and how is he now and what actually happened to his back? Well, all those things we're going to find out right now. And I'm in fact going to ring Harry, just going to set up everything, ring up Harry, interview him, ask him the questions that you guys have been asking. And there are a lot of questions and we'll go through exactly what went through his mind, what happened, and would he do that again? Stay tuned. How are you, mate?
Hey, mate? Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. What's the weather like in Broome, mate?
Hot, muggy. Actually, it's starting to be like dry season, so very different to when we were there. It's about 15 degrees cooler.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Just having a hot spell here now, but
Yeah.
winter's coming.
Oh, mate, I'm a bit jealous. I think I'm gonna miss winter this year.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
what, fires and stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss having a big fire.
Mate, we're stuck in Perth, mate. You're in a lucky spot. You can still get around.
I am. I'm in an area the size of California with 35,000 people, and I can travel wherever I want.
Whereas I'm stuck in Perth. Regional lockdown.
Yeah.
Damn it. People want to know, are you okay?
Yeah, look, I'm recovering really well. As far as things, as far as the situation goes, I don't think I could have recovered any better. I'm not fully recovered. I'm probably a couple of months away from that. But yeah, look, I can get around. I can go camping. I can do most things. I can't lift as much as I used to be able to because, I've got limitations. I get a bit sore after really long drives. But I feel like a bricklayer that's been doing it for 20 years.
It's been 4 months now, yeah? 4 months?
Yeah, 4.5 months, yeah.
Oh, and you had the brace on as well.
Yeah. So I haven't been able to lift anything more than 5 kilos. I'm still not supposed to, but I can do it. Now I'm starting to do push-ups and that sort of stuff. So, I'm seriously in the last week I've started doing push-ups again.
Okay.
But I'm only allowed to do 10. I can do a lot more, but I'm only allowed to do 10 just because it hurts my back too much if I do more.
10 at a time or 10 a day?
I'm doing 10 a day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I did a set of 25 and I had a really, really sore back.
Okay. Dang. There was a lot of people going, you really milked that one, Ronnie. Like, you're keeping us hanging on. Well, honestly, I tried to fit all this into the last episode, but it just didn't work because I ended the whole thing and then I was going to continue with the Ambo thing and it was like, it's not working. So I figured, why not do what we're doing right now?
Yeah, exactly. I'd prefer to give the full story and to answer the queries that everyone has. At the end of the day, this is a learning experience. This is not, this is not a normal situation.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I've got the footage in front of me. You got the same footage. We got some questions too. The main question we're going to answer, we'll get to that once your injury's already done. So, on the count of 3, 2, 1, play.
Let's do it.
So the first clip here, we're looking at us jumping off Jump Rock, the official Jump Rock, according to the locals.
Yeah.
About a 10 metre jump there, you reckon?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's slightly lower than Blackwall Reach in Perth anyway.
Yeah, so it's probably 8 or 9 metres, that sort of thing. I think Blackwall's about 10 or 11. Yeah.
So you ended up deciding to go for the big one, and even Nav was like, I don't really want to, but I'll do it because you're doing it.
Yeah, look, it was my idea. It was my idea to go up there, and then once I was up there, I was honestly myself.
That's high, man. That is so high.
Yeah.
You can see your splash is significantly bigger than Nav's, and that's because you basically butt slapped the water, and he pin dropped.
Yeah, exactly. So it wasn't ideal. I screwed up basically. I rotated in the air, but just before I hit the water, I slightly recoiled my legs, and it basically gave a massive impact on my arse. When I hit the water, it didn't feel like I hit my arse at all. It felt like all the pain went up my legs and then into my back. But the giant black bruise on my bum had other things to say. So.
Also, just before, there was a bit of footage of you swimming straight towards the rock.
Yeah.
And that's when we were all like, oh, something something didn't
what's
go
he
right
doing?
here.
I just thought I was really winded, and I knew I'd landed a bit badly, and I thought, I've lost, just winded myself. That's okay. I'll just go up to the rock and hold on to it for a while and see how I go. But that didn't help, as I'm sure you can understand. So Nav was trying to help me over the rock, because I said, I've hurt my back. He was trying to help me over to the rock, and anytime he touched me, it sort of made me twist unnaturally, so that really hurt. So I just said, leave me, I'm just going to do this myself. Swam over, you guys all got all the gear and tried to come and make a makeshift stretcher out of a wakeboard and stuff, and I just said, no, I want to swim back. It's much less pain than being manhandled. It's just to swim really gently. Nothing wrong with my arms, nothing wrong with my legs, so there's no pressure on anything to swim.
The concern was we didn't actually know what had happened, and I guess we'll get to that question now. So we decided to put Torbs in the boat, the backup cameraman, and yourself, and then obviously Danny driving the boat. Someone made a bit of a comment on the YouTube, and I'm surprised it was only one of them. I was expecting more, because we obviously didn't record the conversation we had off camera. What are we going to do? Should we all go? Should we not all go? How are we going to go about this? Do we need a rescue helicopter out here? What are we going to do? And we basically decided that, look, we all wanted to go with you, but you were advising against it. But if you want to maybe read that comment out.
Nobody leaves until everybody is safe. How can you keep the show rolling when your mate's busted his something back? It's wrong. I'd never travel with you. Fair enough, you don't have to travel with us. That decision to go with just the three of us in the boat and me was not taken lightly, and it was definitely the right decision, because once you get there, if you've got 12 people and a whole bunch of, you've got 3 boats, a whole bunch of people, all crowding up the marina, getting in the way, trying to tell the ambos to do this and that, it's very overwhelming, and it doesn't help anything. I mean, if nothing else, the water's not as flat. Just going with the two of them was really crucial. Now, the other thing that we don't explain in the video is that Nav's house, where all the cars were, was halfway between where the jump was and town. When you guys went out the other way and we went this way, it actually ended up being the same distance to get back to the cars and then therefore to get to hospital, because only one person can go on the ambo with me. So if you'd all come with me, you would have been stuck at the boat ramp again, and it would have taken you just as long to actually come and meet me at hospital. So also, once you're in hospital, you can't have 12 people standing around me. It's a pain in the arse. They won't let you in. It's just pointless to have everyone with me. We're all in communication with sat phones and UHFs and mobile phones and everything. So. But at the end of the day, it's up to the hospital to take care of me, not all of you guys.
Yeah, so we're at the 000 call now, and I'm just going to, I'll let it roll here for a little bit.
Your call is being connected. Emergency, police,
Ambulance, please.
Sure, what state and town is the emergency in?
Kununurra, Western Australia.
Thank you. Connecting Kununurra, Western Australia. Ambulance.
Thank you.
Ambulance, what's the address of the emergency?
Celebrity Tree Boat Ramp in Kununurra.
Is it near Celebrity Tree Park?
Yes.
And you said it was the boat ramp?
Yes.
Do you know what road the boat ramp comes off?
Just off Victoria Highway near Kimberley Land Caravan Park.
It's off Victoria Highway near Kimberley Land Caravan Park.
Okay, so we do the whole of Western Australia, and I'm just trying to map you.
Okay.
I need an exact address.
We're on the water.
We're on the water. We're about 15 minutes away from it, so I can't give you one.
Be on the water. Bear with me a moment. Okay, tell me exactly what's happened.
I jumped off a big rock into the water, and I've got a spinal injury.
How old are you?
31.
31.
Too old to be doing this shit.
You're a man now, though.
One moment.
That's why it's called Jump Rock. Another victim.
So jump rocks where I've jumped off, obviously.
Okay, when did this happen?
About an hour ago, 45 minutes ago.
Okay, I'm organising help for you now. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
Sure.
Do not move
I'm not.
unless you are in danger.
I can't.
Okay, I understand. Okay, help is being arranged from now on. Don't have anything to eat or drink. It might make you sick or cause further problems. Don't
Got
move
it.
around unless it's absolutely necessary. Just be still and wait for help to arrive.
Okay. I'll stay on the boat.
Okay?
They know that
If
we've got
anything
no-
changes, call us back immediately for further instructions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
We've got the location. Can I have your name, please?
Yeah, Harry Fisher.
Alright,
To just
Yes.
remind them they're 15.
okay, and the ambulance is en route. If anything changes, call us back immediately on 000.
Thank you very much.
Okay, they'll meet you at the boat ramp.
Okay, great. We're about 15 minutes away.
Okay, thank you. I'll let them know.
Thank you. Cheers.
But I cut a lot of this out because that took 7 minutes to locate where they were going to pick you up. And they were really
Yes.
relying on your information as well, which is fair enough, I guess. But also notice that the person who was talking to you was a trainee.
Yeah.
They got to
So
learn
there was another
somehow, but-
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was another person behind them telling them what to say. It was very difficult because they needed an exact address, and I don't know the address of the boat ramp in Kununurra, and who does? I mean, if you I don't know if you know what number road your local boat ramp is, no one does. You just say it's the bloody only boat ramp in the town. So it was very frustrating getting that through. Thankfully, I wasn't that urgent. I mean, all I needed to be was stable and not move. So if I was actively bleeding to death, I could almost guarantee that trainer would have stepped in.
Yeah, I reckon too. They got to learn somehow, and I suppose they also didn't know at the beginning that you guys were on the water as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were kind of jumped ahead, saying you guys need to pick us up from the boat ramp and this, and then they're picturing you're there. You must know where the street sign is. You must be able to see what's around, but it's
It's a good point. We
interesting,
did a little bit of information we left.
Let's move on to where the actual ambos got to you.
We go left side with the breeze, or we'll go that side.
What would it do?
You've been in the car with Ronnie for a week.
Is that without socks on?
That's just eating lots of beef.
And I'm going to help you when you're ready. It's only when you're ready we'll move you.
So the green whistle, which if you've ever had it, it's not that effective. I would compare it to having like 3 beers. So three pints. So you're a bit merry, but it's certainly not proper pain relief. It's nothing like the stuff that they gave me later on.
Did Torbs try and steal it from you?
Yeah, I gave him a few puffs when the paramedics weren't looking. No, it'd be rude not to. No, I'm kidding.
Or
I offered him. I offered him because I was feeling pretty generous.
I don't see him not saying yes.
Paramedics like, oi.
Just take your time. Oh, nice shark. Like the kangaroos.
Thank you. I got it today.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Right.
Oh, bloody hell, I've had a few beers now.
You feel it? Okay. Nice and gentle.
Take that. Have a go, mate.
No.
No.
Small.
Now, do you want me to lift you up now?
Yeah.
Okay. Feet, okay. And we're just going to put it down.
friend. Don't worry about those.
Just keep him sitting to snow.
Can you sitting?
Keep him sitting, just bring up the back.
Can you drop me
That's
down?
it. And then you're going to go with the back of the seat, okay?
Yeah.
And tell me what's the most comfortable.
Down.
Down.
Right, we're going down.
Ready? You say when.
Just all the way down.
All the way down.
Stop.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's perfect.
How's the pain doing? Some more
You can just carry that bag.
It's going to be a bit rough now, I'm afraid.
That's honestly.
You're on your way to the hospital now, and And the conversation, like I'm going to leave a lot of it out because there's a lot of personal information, but the conversation was hilarious. That green whistle definitely worked on your brain there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. That whole situation took from me hitting the water to me getting to hospital was about 3 hours. And then it was another, at least an hour after that before I saw a doctor or got any pain relief.
Wow.
That's just the nature of going to a small hospital.
Yeah, and being in a remote location as well.
Yeah.
Not just jumping in a car and go to the hospital.
No.
A little bit of an update. I've had an X-ray and a CT and spoken to the doctors and had all kinds of things poked and prodded. And at this stage, there's a chance I've fractured my back. So we'll get the full results probably like late tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll talk to the trauma team in Royal Perth and go from there. So turns out I wasn't being a total wuss. It's quite bad, but most likely nothing permanent. And these things happen. I took a risk and it didn't pay off, but I'm fine. I'll be right. I think Ronnie and the boys are going to have to just basically keep going. They've got a lot of things to do, and there's no point them sitting around in town for 4 days before I fly out. So I'll let them do that.
A few things to unpack there. I did fracture my back. I fractured my T12. So when I said nothing permanent, that's bullshit. I permanently have a fractured spine now, so that will never heal.
Oh, really? So that's a permanent thing, is it?
Yeah, you don't recover properly from a fractured spine. It's a compression fracture, so the vertebrae has crushed, and it will never uncrush. So I'm slightly shorter for the rest of my life.
So how much height have you lost?
I've lost, I think, 5 mil. So.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, I'm still the same height basically. I'm 5'11". I was in hospital for a week. Then I was at Nav's place for a week. So in hospital for a week, and they gave me a back brace. Then I could stand up. Then I went to Nav's place and basically sat on the couch doing nothing for a week until I could get a flight. Until they could, 1, okay me to fly, and 2, get a flight for less than $2,000. So it cost me a lot of money to get home, but it's also I'd honestly prefer to pay for it myself and then spend $20,000 on a Royal Flying Doctor Service flight for me to get back. Flew commercial on lots of drugs. Because I tell you what, sitting on a plane was not fun, and even stuff like my carry-on was like 1 kilo. I had camera batteries and that was it. Everything else was checked in.
After the incident happened, the number one thing we were concerned about was you. Obviously, the whole thing happened. Yeah. The second thing we were concerned about was who the hell is going to cook dinner?
Didn't you went to the pub that night, you bastard?
Yeah, we did, because we don't know how to cook.
Cheers, mate.
Take it easy.
Until next time
I'll see you tomorrow morning anyway.
See you later. Yeah, cool. Go to the pub. Have a beer for me.
Yeah, we'll have a beer for you, mate. Question time, mate.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of questions here. So most of the questions on the tubes was basically, are you okay and all that. We've pretty much answered that one.
Yep.
Another question here that I've got from Instagram, because I specifically put a thing up asking for questions. And Dean Socket is asking, will the wife, brackets doctor, your missus being a doctor, Sam, let you play camping with the boys again?
Yeah, mate. I've already been camping again, so it's all good. I'm fine. She wasn't too impressed at the time. I'm a bit risk prone, so but yeah, I'm alright, and she's alright.
Yeah, I'll bet she wasn't happy.
No.
I think everyone can relate to how the missus would perceive something like that. You know,
You jumped off what?
Every bloke at home right now is cringing of the thought of having to tell their missus that. Hope he paid his carton for not being there to do dinner for the boys. Well, you kind of did actually, without knowing.
Yeah, I left all my beers in Ronnie's fridges, so don't worry, I paid my carton.
Yeah, we managed to leave you a 6-pack out of that carton.
Yeah, I was actually amazed I got any booze back, but I wouldn't have done the same for you.
Oh mate, it was a tasty beer. I thought, we can't drink them all. Colonial beers, not bad.
Yeah, very nice.
Did you permanently injure yourself? I think we kind of answered that, but is this a permanent injury?
Yes. It's going to be a restriction on how. Basically, I'm going to have to be very careful on how I lift things for the rest of my life.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So no bending over and lifting 50-kilo logs and stuff like that I used to just do. They just have to be follow sort of your OHS guidelines roughly. I'll be able to lift heavy things again, but I'll never be able to lift as heavy things.
You shouldn't be bending over lifting 50-kilo logs anyway.
Yeah, but I've done it plenty of times. Bending over the trailer and picking up that giant thing that's as heavy as you can lift and getting it out, and that kind of stuff's out.
Okay.
Yeah. Lost about 5 mil of height, so.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
You're 5'1" now.
5'1".
Nearly as tall as Graham Cahill.
You're a bit taller than 4'2". Sorry, Graham. Short people jokes. That's right. I hit my head a lot on the door arches. It's all good. That's why I'm so smart, right? I can't spell a ton, but I can lift it. Have you ever jumped of anything that high before?
No. Biggest thing I've jumped off is probably 11 or 12 metres. And that was quite a bit bigger than that. So I've jumped off some stupid in my life, don't get me wrong, bridges and things, but never anything that tall.
I'll tell you what though, after seeing what happened, and I think a lot of other people as well, I think your injury is going to potentially save a lot of people's possible lives and spine injuries, because for all of us, watching you jump off, we wouldn't have thought that this could happen. Unless you hit something underneath, right?
That's what everyone said.
Yeah.
So did you hit something underneath? No, it was really deep.
There was nothing to hit underneath.
No.
So it just goes to show, like, water is like concrete when you hit it.
100%.
And you hit it wrong.
Yeah.
Bad things happen.
Mhm.
After all this, would you do it again? The whole trip?
Yeah, I'd do the trip again. Absolutely. I wouldn't do that jump again. I'd do the smaller jump all day, every day.
How much fuel did you use each over the entire trip? How many kilometres as well? Well, I used a lot less fuel after Harry wasn't in my car. No, I'm just kidding.
When I wasn't driving it.
Yeah, when you weren't driving it, that's right.
V8 power's addictive.
Yeah, it's the noise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Final question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many regrets for jumping off that cliff?
Oh, look, that's a big regret, I've got to say. It's a learning experience, but it's a big regret. It's a cheap thrill, jumping off big things like that. It's the price I've had to pay through loss of work, through, just my family being worried about me, all that kind of stuff. 100% it's a full regret. I've learnt from it, thankfully. Like, I've made the best, I think, of a bad situation. But yeah, it's been a lot rougher on my personal life than I guess was probably clear.
Did this ruin your trip?
No, it didn't ruin the trip. It was the last day of filming. It was annoying I didn't get to do my final videos. Annoying I didn't get to go back with Ronnie and do the gib and that sort of stuff. But it did not ruin the trip. It just ruined the month after it.
You're all good now. You're up in the Kimberley. You're in the best, spot in the country at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite annoying. I lost all my work because of my back, and then old Rona came along and took all the rest of my work. So
Yeah,
I had really good work lined up, and it's in the bin now. So thankfully Sam's still working, and I really feel for all those self-employed people who have lost their income.
What a million others that lost their job, or, well, might even be hundreds of millions around the world really at the moment, but
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So for everyone who's lost their job, thankfully the government's stepped in a bit, and at least a lot of people can get wages again. But yeah, it's I really feel for you.
All right, Harry. I think we'll leave it at that.
All right, mate.
But yeah, let's do a Corona fist bump, eh?
A Rona bump.
A Rona bump.
All right, mate. Good luck. I'll chat to you later.
Yeah, you too, mate. Catch you later, man. Well, ladies and gents, that was the interview with Harry Fisher from Fire to Fork. Thankfully, he's doing good now, and he is almost fully recovered. So I hope we can all learn something from this, and next time you're standing on the edge of a cliff thinking about jumping, maybe think twice about it, and maybe don't jump off something that high. Look, we can all wrap ourselves up in cotton wool, but at the end of the day, you know, we all want to have fun too. But just take care out there, and during this time of COVID-19, why don't you check out some more videos and even head over to Harry's channel. Check out a lot of his cooking stuff he's doing right now up in the Kimberley. And I'll see you guys around. Stay safe, stay healthy, and don't jump off 20-metre rocks. See you guys.